We're live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome for coming to another exciting, hopefully exciting edition of Digging for Gold with me, because you got me tonight. Hey, thank you. Thanks for being here, Bill, Sandy, Junie, and I expect there's a few other people going to come dribbling in here. But I wanted to get started right on time tonight. First of all, before I launch into tonight, Cynthia. Hello, Cynthia. Before I launch into tonight, I wanted to tell you that, remind you, for those of you who may not know, that Laura is doing the 6 o'clock corporate webinar for Asante tonight, gogreengetpaid.com live. Gogreengetpaid.com live. And I know this isn't a clickable link, but, you know, at 6 o'clock, she'll be on that, and I'll be over there to support her, and hopefully maybe some of you will be too. Tonight is the 20th. Let me give you sort of a little bit of background. Tonight is the 25th session of Digging for Gold, and all of the videos are out there in my YouTube channel, and they are available. I'm going to wrap up the Digging for Gold series in the next 3 weeks. And what I'm going to do tonight is a summary of what we have covered for Facebook. So I'm going to go back to Facebook and basically summarize the basic principles of digging for gold on Facebook, using Facebook to find people to talk to, and building your business using Facebook. Next week, we're going to summarize Twitter and what we've learned about Twitter. At least that's what I think we're going to do. So having said, oops, looks like I can't type. Go Green Get Paid. That 6 doesn't belong in there. GoGreenGetPaid.com live. So take the 6 out, and maybe somebody who can type better than me can type the correct address into the chat. So let's get started. For those of you who have been with me since the beginning of this, some of this is going to be a little bit repetitive, although for me personally, repeating a little bit once in a while doesn't hurt. So let's just get started. And I'm going to go to screen share. We're going to spend the first, I'm going to say about 15 minutes with slides, and then we're going to go live to Facebook. And I'm assuming you can all hear and see me. Will somebody tell me in the chat you can hear and see me before I actually put the slides up? So right now you should be seeing the screen share, the funnel, infinite funnel for the screen share. Somebody please tell me, yes, we can see and hear. Just fine. Waiting to see somebody in the chat. I see some yeses. Okay, cool, yeses. So here we go. Facebook, Digging for Gold. Actually, there was a new post today in Facebook, and it was put up there by Chris, who did the corporate Monday mentorship call last night. And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I'll just leave it there for us to take a look at. I'm trying to make friends outside of Facebook. So I walk down the street, I tell every passerby what I ate, how I feel, da-da-da-da-da-da. I give them pictures of my family. I show them my garage. I talk to them about what I had for lunch. I tell them I like them. I give them a thumbs up, and it's working just like on Facebook. I already have 4 people following me, 2 police officers, a private investigator, and a psychiatrist. That about sums up what a lot of people do on Facebook. And Facebook, you know, the reality is that's not how you prospect for business clients or for prospects on Facebook. That's not how you find people to do business with. And there's a lot of people out there that are using Facebook all wrong, and I'm not the only person saying that. So let's just talk about how to use Facebook right. And some of the people who teach Facebook prospecting, here's a short list, but many of the names are remarkable. You know who they are: Diane Hockman, Bert Bledsoe, Clive Jeffries, Mark Lalonde, Terry Grimal, Felicia Mupo, Jane Orlov, Jen Johnson, Jessica Higdon, and there's a whole bunch more that teach the principles that I'm teaching you here and going over with you tonight. Now, we're not going to teach them in detail. I mean, for example, Jessica Higdon has a whole course that's many hours long on the subject of using how to use Facebook and how to prospect in groups and etc. So we're just going to skim over the surface tonight and remind ourselves of what to do. And I'm going to remind you again that this is the 25th session in our Facebook, in our Digging for Gold. And we have, so there's, prior to tonight, there are 24 videos out there, not all of them on Facebook, but many of them are. So all of these techniques have been taught in much greater detail as part of the series, Digging for Gold. Tonight, if we have time, I will tell you why I'm transitioning out of Digging for Gold and what's coming next. But some of the techniques, looking at the green dots, doing the 555 strategy, posting in groups, mining pages, responding to likes and comments, handling friend requests, Facebook search functions. We're going to touch on several of these tonight, just as a quick review of what they're all about. And again, for anyone who needs more detail on any of these, you can go to the other videos we have in the session. Now, there's a few cardinal rules that a lot of people break all the time, and many of us know this, some of us don't, so let's just run over them real quick. You don't want to be posting links to your product or opportunity on your either your fan page or your personal page. Now, do I break that rule occasionally? Yeah, I break it occasionally. So, I mean, it doesn't mean you can never, ever. But people that are putting up links to products and product pictures and links to their opportunity all the time aren't making any progress. They're just pushing people away. Attraction marketing is about attracting people to you, not pushing people away from you. The other thing it does is if you put up pictures of your products and put up links, etc., what you really do is you send people off to Google. They don't contact you. So what you want to be doing is posting valuable information. You want to be posting things that people are going to go, oh, what's that all about? You're going to raise curiosity. You're trying to get people to come ask you, what is that about? Can you give me more information? Where can I learn more about that? You want them to come to you. You don't want to be pitching them. You don't want to be asking them to try your product. You don't want to be sending links in Messenger until you have an agreement. So for example, we have the videos. You don't send a link to the videos until you've got an agreement with somebody. Hey, can I send you the videos? When can you watch them? Okay, if I send you the link, you can watch them tomorrow. Great, I'll call you back in 2 days. I want to know what you think or how you feel. So you want a commitment from the person. And things like, you know, I got a message the other day that says, hey, and I don't mean to be spammy, but if you got to start off a message with, I don't need to be spammy, you probably don't need to be sending that message. So, personal pet peeves. Phrases such as like-minded individuals are so overused they make me gag. Be real, be genuine. What you want to do with social media is make a friend. That's what it's all about. And the other post that is, there's one that I really leaves a bitter taste in my mouth, is posts that say, I'm looking for 5 people who want to make $5,000 this month. It's a violation of the law, actually. It's going to get you and your company in trouble. Sooner or later, you could get your Facebook account shut down. It's blatantly stupid, ugly, and dumb. So there, that's my opinion. You don't want to be doing things like that. All right, let's talk about who you can target. There's lots of people out there that you can target. For example, and here's a short list. I'm not going to read the list. But what does that mean is that you can go to their fan pages, you can go to their personal profiles, you can go into the groups that they're in, and you can look for people that you can talk to, make friends with, get to know, and practice attraction marketing. You know, attracting people to you. And we're going to come back to what this means. I'll use a couple of examples tonight when we go live on Facebook. I borrowed some rules from Terry Gramal. And the reason I borrowed them from Terry is, well, he does a lot of Facebook training. He's got a course out there. It's really good. His girlfriend, Felicia Lupo, also has Facebook training. She does an exceptional job. But these are some of the rules that they live by. And rather than me telling you that they're my rules, let me just give them to you from somebody else. So, company names. Get them off your Facebook page. You don't want them there. You don't want to be saying that you're with the so-and-so company, and you don't even want, according to Terry, you don't even want them in your about section. Why? Because if you tell somebody you're working for the XYZ company, they go to Google and they Google the XYZ company. And if it happens to be a home-based business network marketing company, well, guess what? Somebody out there wrote something bad about them. And so as soon as they Google it, they're going to see a review that says, and even in the review, the title of the review may be, is XYZ a scam? Read this before you decide to join them. And nobody reads it. They just looked at it and said, oh, this company must be a scam. Now, I'm not going to say nobody reads it, but you know what? It just leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. You don't want to be sending people to Google to find out what you're doing. You want to attract them to you. So again, links on your page, links in your about section, etc. Mass company messages. I know lots of companies tell you to do this. They just say, spread it all over social media. You're going to the meeting, you're going to the conference, you're coming to this, you're coming to that. Everyone's doing the same thing. Try to be different, try to stand out. What makes you different from everybody else? Pitch it on the first message. I had somebody the other day reach out to me and say, would you buy my product? No. I don't even know who you are. Why would I buy your product? Sending links on Messenger. We said that before. Don't do it. Get them on the phone, or at least get them to commit that they're going to watch the video before you send them the link to the video. Once again, pictures of your products. Friends. Do you have anything better to talk to your friends about than your business? You don't push your friends away. You know, I mean, it's okay to be letting your friends know what you're doing. And I really, truly believe that every friend you have should know what you're doing. But you don't want to be hounding them. You don't want to be, as we say, vomiting all over them. Again, asking people to try your product right out of the gate. I had a girl the other day ask me if I'd come out and say, I just had a girl yesterday or a few days ago come out and say, would you buy? And, you know, no, again. And the final thing is taking offense if somebody says no. Remember, the no's are the path to your yeses. So it's okay. If 10 people say no, that puts you 10 people closer to the person who's going to say yes. And what you're doing is you're looking for the right person to say yes. You don't need those 10 people that said no. And remember, in this business, honest to God, no doesn't ever really mean no. It means not now. It means I'm busy. It means I can't think about it. It means my wife doesn't agree with this. It means many things. But it's not a personal rejection. And as I pointed out before in the past, if you're a waiter or waitress in a coffee shop and you're walking around with a pot of coffee asking customers if they want to refill and they say no, you don't take offense. You don't run to the kitchen and whine and, oh my God, he told me no, he doesn't want more coffee. What's wrong with me? It's not you. It has nothing to do with you. So don't take it personal when somebody says no. Just no means next one, move on. Some will say yes, some will say no, some will say maybe, some won't even look. Remember the statistics. You got to talk to 10 people to find 2 to 3 that will take a look. And out of the 2 to 3 to take a look, 1 or 2 might sign up as a customer or as a distributor. But, you know, the statistics hold across the industry, across all leaders. They just do. And no one gets 100% of the people they talk to say yes. So just expect that 70 or 80% of the people that you talk to are going to tell you no, they're not interested, and move on. One of the other questions that comes up all the time is, should I be using my personal page or my fan page? Quoted directly from the Facebook rules, personal profiles are for non-commercial use and represent individual people. Doing business on your personal profile is frowned on by Facebook, and if you're not very careful with it, it can get you into trouble. So I recommend you have a fan page. Does that mean I don't do anything on my personal page? No, I post a lot of hopefully valuable values in the eyes of the beholder, I suppose, but I do post a lot of content on my fan page or on my personal page as well as my fan page. Now, here's the critical thing. And this is the piece that a lot of people miss. Message anyone who comments or likes a post of yours. Interact with them. Go to their page and comment on some of their stuff. And leave meaningful comments. Hi, great post, or not meaningful comments. Join a syndication group. I don't know if Chris is on yet or not tonight. She usually is. I started the slideshow before everyone was here. But Chris runs a syndication group, SHC Syndication. It's a great group. Get in it, get involved, start syndicating with other people, getting people to come look at your stuff and you look at their stuff. If you do go to someone else, ask them to like your fan page, assuming you have one. Make sure you're interacting with people. That's the name of the game on Facebook and the name of the game on all social media. Your objective is to meet and greet people. Our goal on the internet and on social media in general is to meet new people. That's your cold market, and warm them up so they get to know you a little bit. And remember, we've said it a million times, people do business with people. They don't join companies. They don't join BizNops. They join you. And you say, well, what about all those websites out there where people are putting up their links to their business? That's what I want to do. I just want to put up links to my business. Do you really think that there's anybody on those websites that's making any money? Do you think there's anybody on those websites that is building a sustainable business that has residual income? Do you think anybody on those websites is making even a few $1,000s a month, let alone $1 million? Do you think anyone is actually building a business? Everyone is pitching, no one is listening. What can I say? Those websites are for a lot of people who don't have any experience and don't know how to use social media the right way. They're not where you're going to build your business. You're going to build your business by meeting people, talking to people. And, you know, Facebook's like a cocktail party. I've said this before. Don't blast your links around. You wouldn't walk into a cocktail party with a megaphone and start yelling, I'm here to sell you something. Come look at my stuff. That's not what you do. You'd walk around. You'd be selective. You'd meet somebody, you talk to them for a little bit, and if they seem like a person that you're interested in, you might say to them, hey, I have something I'd like to talk to you about. Can I get your contact information? Let me connect with you offline. Let me connect with you later. Let me connect with you next week. But you wouldn't walk into a cocktail party and ask somebody, never mind. You just wouldn't do it. So you don't do it on Facebook. You don't do it on Twitter either. Now, we'll talk about following people tonight. When possible, follow people for a while, see if they follow you back. Don't send friend requests. Did you hear what I said? For those of you who are maybe new to this stuff, don't send friend requests. We'll touch on that when we actually get to live prospecting tonight. But following people is a good way to find out who might be interested in you. Some will, some won't. So what next? Not everyone's going to follow you back. But if you follow 10 people a day, 1 or 2 are likely to follow you back. Once they followed you back, now you can start a conversation. Pick people to follow that you have something in common with, something you'd like to chat with them about. Make a friend first. Remember, there used to be a saying that it took 7 exposures. I've heard recently the number is 14 or 15. So people, they're immune. They are deaf. They are deaf to the sales pitch. Everybody likes to buy, nobody likes to be sold. We've all heard that. And people are absolutely deaf. If you come at them with a sales pitch, they simply say no. They turn off immediately. I know I do. The worst thing you can possibly do to me is send me a message that says, would you like to look at? Have you followed? Have you seen? Do you know about? Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not interested. My immediate reaction, not interested. Got one of those tonight. I got a message. Have I seen the latest blah, blah, blah? How people are making thousands of dollars on? No, I haven't seen it and I don't care to. Done, finished. Next. So get into action, connect with 10 people a day. If you're using Facebook as your primary marketing strategy, connect with 10 new people every day. That may come as a surprise to you, but top earners average 1 to 2 personally sponsored new people per month into their organization over a sustained period of time. It's not huge numbers, but they talk to more people. And if you can manage to sign up or train 1 to 2 people a month, you're on the road to stardom. That's what it takes. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We got to put the we got to put the word work back into the work from home. It takes work, it takes time, and it takes effort to build a sustainable business. But if you do the things that we're talking about tonight, you will make friends, you will make people to talk to, and over a period of time, you'll be able to build a sustainable business. But remember to find those 2 people that might join your business. You got to talk to 20. Those are the numbers. In the beginning, because you're new at it and not sure of yourself, you might have to talk to 50. That's just the way it is. We're all pulsing a lot of people, but again, you don't send them links to your videos. You don't find somebody in a group and say, "Hey, would you like to watch my videos? Let's talk about what we actually do with them." So we're going to go to Facebook here. So I'm going to end the slideshow. Hopefully I'm going to do all this without, oh, look at all the people that showed up. There's bunches of people here. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Rick. Hi, Marta. And Cynthia, I think I said hi to you before, and Bill and Sandy and Chris. And does anybody have any questions before we jump into Facebook and actually go live? And again, for those of you who came in a little bit late, we're doing a summary tonight of Facebook. This is the 25th video in the Diggin for Gold series, and we are going to wrap up this series. We're going to put a bow tie around it and some wrapping paper and call it finished in the next couple of weeks. And so let's go ahead on out to Facebook. Let's see if I can figure out how to get out to Facebook. Come on. Come on, come on. There you go. Facebook. Hopefully you can see Facebook. I'm going to assume. Yeah, we'll come back to that, Marta. Yes, Marta, they are. They're all out there. Somebody, can you see the Facebook page? I've got it off to the side here where I can see the chat right now. So is that okay? Somebody tell me you can see Facebook, yes or no? I'm waiting for the chat. Yes, Judy says yes. All right, cool. Yes, yes, I got yeses coming in. Okay, so again, as I said, there are not 24 Facebook videos because we did Twitter for the last couple of months, but there are 15, 16, I don't know how many exactly, Facebook videos where we go through all of these different strategies in depth, and we train on all of them. So first off, let me just cover some of the ones that are simple. People talk about green dots. What are the green dots? The green dots are these folks right here. These are people, there's Marta, there's Chris. These are people that are on Facebook right now. They are actually out there right now, and we could start going down our list and looking for people that we haven't talked to for a while. So here's Betsy. I haven't talked to her in a while, but I'm not going to message her tonight. But and I have a reason for that. But here's people that we could just start a conversation with. In fact, let's just grab Bob. What Bob's up to these days? I haven't chatted with Bob in a long time. So let me just shoot him off a message. Now, all I'm doing here is starting a conversation, and I know where Bob's head is at and what he's up to these days. He may not be the best person, but the point is, I'm starting a conversation. I'm not sending a message that says, hey, would you like to see my link? I'm just sending a message. It's probably going to get a response. How are things going for you? Happy New Year, Bob. How are things going for you? Now, why am I doing that? I'm probably going to get a response back from Bob. We may even get a response back from while I'm on the webinar here tonight. But we're starting a conversation with somebody. And starting the conversation, we may go back and forth a couple of times with them, just have a conversation with them. And then I may ask them, maybe I'll go, for those of you who are in Asante and have been in some of the more recent trainings, I may go to Bob with one of the strategies that Doug has suggested, like, Hey, Bob, I wonder if you could do me a favor. I think you know that I'm involved in an organics company, and I wonder if you could help me. I'm looking for some people to help me build this business. And can I send you my video, have you take a look at it, and tell me if you know anyone who you think might be interested in losing some weight or looking younger or, etc. So those of you who have been in the trainings, you know what some of those strategies have been, hopefully. So we're not doing a Santi training tonight. Now, if you're at a different company, maybe you're in World Ventures, and you might say to your friend, hey, listen, I'm looking for people that are interested in traveling. Do you know anybody who might have an interest in that? Just ask them to help you out. Ask them for a favor, or maybe you're going to ask them directly. But the point is, you're just going to start a conversation with them. We're going to talk to people. Green dots. Now, green dots, let's go back. Let's go to the so-called the 5-5-5 strategy. I'm just going to touch on it. There's plenty of trainings out there on the 5-5-5 strategy. It was taught extensively by, Clive Jeffries taught it. Bert Bledsoe taught it. We spent 5 minutes with green dots, 5 minutes messaging people that we already know. It's sort of just a warm-up. We just send some messages to people. Then we spend 5 minutes messaging people we don't know. So we have the warm-up with the people we do know. Then we do 5 minutes messaging people we don't know. And then we circle back and we answer any things we've gotten back. How do we find people we don't know? Well, I put up a list a little while ago of people. It's like, Ray Higdon, Tony Robbins, Brian Finale. One of my favorites actually is Tony Robbins. So let me just go. I'm going to go to Tony Robbins and change the way he handles these things. But this is Tony Robbins' fan page. Now, I actually like going to Tony Robbins' fan page for lots and lots and lots of reasons. I'm going to go ahead and just grab posts. And first off, Tony has some incredibly good things here. But the other thing is, look at this. He puts up, start your day with these questions to experience more fulfillment and a new perspective. And 930 people have liked that post. 930 people. My goodness. Well, what can I do with that? And here's 285 shares. There's 30 more comments. What can I do? So let me give you a couple of different ideas. Now, what I'm about to give you, you don't have to do every one of these strategies every day. Pick one or two that work for you, that you're comfortable with, and get yourself started. Here's 930 people. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to bring up a list of them. Of course, I already know some of them. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for people that I can follow. I'm not looking for people that I can send a friend request to. I'm looking for people that I can follow. Now, this person lives in Singapore. He's got a dog up there as a picture. He's probably, I assume it's a he, maybe it's a she, I don't know. Merlin, probably a he. I could go ahead and follow this person. What I'm more likely to do, and if you want to really want to take the time to do this, let's just go ahead and open the link. I right-clicked it, open a link in a new tab, go on over and look at his page. He lives in Singapore, followed by 143 people. Now, for many of you, Singapore may be a good, in fact, I would love to build a team in Singapore. I love Singapore. It's a great country. I'm not sure that the company I'm in right now could effectively do business in Singapore, but I don't really know that for a fact. But what I'm more likely to do is just take a look at some of his posts and see if there's anything that I can like or I can get behind. And you know what? I'm just going to pass him up right now, just simply because of the Singapore thing. And what we're going to do, here's Peter Williams, data management system specialist. Now, that's one of the things we find with Tony Robbins, that we're going to find people that are all over the world. So, that's okay. Nathan, He lives in Quebec. Okay, we have people doing business in Quebec. I can't follow him. I'm looking for people that I can follow, and we'll just keep going until we find somebody. Uh, so that one doesn't look too. Jill Santa Maria, uh, Yvonne. Oh, come on. Uh, a lot of these people don't have their follow buttons. Now, that's one of the bad. This is one of the bad things of picking Tony Robbins. But we go. We're going to find somebody here. We're going to find somebody. Priscilla Chong sounds Chinese. Goodness. Turn your follow buttons on, folks. By the way, if you don't have your follow buttons on, turn them on. Oh, yeah, here, I've got a mutual friend with him. Well, let me check him out anyhow. We got a mutual friend with him. So, who's my Nathaniel Wright? I can message him because we got a mutual friend. I can accept failures. Everyone else fails at something, but I can't accept not trying it. Okay, I could like that post. Great. I agree with that message. Always gotta try. Okay, simple. Send a message. Like a couple of his posts, and then maybe send him a message that says, "Where's he live?" Proctor Gallagher. Oh, he's a certified consultant. Oh, interesting. He lives in India. So I'm going to leave it alone. And the reason I'm going to leave it alone is we're not really doing business in India right now. But you get the idea. It takes a little time, and I really shouldn't have left-clicked that. It takes a little time to run down through these lists and to I wanted to right-click him, not left-click him. But again, we have 933 people, so we can sit here for a few minutes and we can just go ahead down the list. We already saw Merlin, and we can just look for people. Here's somebody with the same last name as me. That's interesting. And look for people that we might be able to follow. And again, why do we want to follow them? Why don't we want to send them a friend request? If I get a friend request from somebody I don't know, and it doesn't come with a message, and it doesn't come with a reason, I ignore it. If you send out enough friend requests that get ignored, Facebook frowns on that. And sooner or later, they're either going to put you in jail, they're going to tell you sent out too many friend requests. He lives in Vietnam, probably not a good prospect. So, Tony Robbins may not be the best example. Maybe someone else like Ray Higdon, for example. Maybe that'd be a better example. I don't know. We go out to Ray Higdon and do the same thing. We can look for people, and Ray's always got a lot of people that I want to get to his posts. This is his personal page. He's always got a lot of people, 274 people that like his post. Now the other thing is what Terry Grimal likes to do is run down the comments. And in fact, I should have done that. I'm going to take you back to Tony Robbins again. The reason is that one post had that one post had 30 more comments. Now, what Terry Grimal likes to do is run down these comments and just like them. And this guy is going to get a message that I liked his comment. He's on the John Maxwell team. That could be interesting. Again, without discrimination, one of the strategies that Terry teaches is running down the comments. Now, other people teach to run down the comments, but to take a look at them. Here's Katie Johnson. She's a realtor. Oh, that's interesting. She's a realtor in Berkshire Hathaway. She's got her follow button turned on, so that's pretty decent. I'm going to right-click her, open her in a new tab, got Katie Johnson Open. She's a realtor. New England property, so she actually lives in the United States. And she looks like she has a couple of children. And so I can follow her. And I might come on down and see if there's something that I want to comment on her posts. She's actually got a very pretty smile, but I wouldn't want to comment. I wouldn't want to put that in as a comment. It might look like I was a stalker. It's one of the things that I always worry about, and especially with women that appear that she could be single. I don't see any sign of a husband in those pictures. But I just might send her a message that says, hey, Katie, what might we say? Come on, ladies, help me out here. I know I can't see the chat right now. Hey, Katie, I saw you liking a Tony Robbins post. I love that guy. Have you been to any of his live events? So anyhow, simple idea here is, again, looking for people that we can connect to. The only real connection at this instant that I have in common with her is that I can see immediately is liking Tony Robbins, but that's okay. If she responds back to me, then I can open a conversation with her. She's got a couple of children, so that's interesting. But I don't want to come on with I know she have a couple children or anything like that right away. Because once again, I'm sensitive, especially sensitive to women that appear like they could be single, that I could come across as stalking them or something like that, and I don't want to do that. But she's got children, so and I'm just checking. I'm looking. Now there's, I don't know. He looks too young to be a boyfriend, and maybe that's a boyfriend. But what I'm looking for, or thinking about, is okay. If she responds back to me, then at that point I might be able to open a conversation about, hey, I see you have a couple kids. I was a single parent. Are you aware of toxins in your environment, or are you into organics, or what do you know about organics? I don't know. Come up with a question to ask her and lead her on down the path of, hey, are you interested in learning a little bit more about what's going on? Or can you help me find people that are interested in learning about what's going on? I'm not sure what I'd say to her. It would depend on what she says when she comes back to me. Okay? But there you have it. That's the idea. Of going into these different groups and places, looking for people. I'm going to close her. One of the other ones that I like, and it's a little bit more of a pain to deal with, but Organic Lifestyle. Organic Lifestyle magazine is a good place to go kick around looking for people who are interested in organics. If you come up here again into the Facebook search bar and you search on organics, I found one today. I'm just going to show you organic living. I found this today, and I actually am not in this group, which I should be, because you can see that there's a lot of people in this group that I know. So I went ahead. I don't think I went ahead and joined the group. Yeah, I did the group. Okay. So here's a group that actually says you can put in a vendor list. I got to believe that the company we represent is already, that I represent is already in there. But here's a group that just go looking around for people. Here's a grocery chain that's going for organic. I'm looking for posts. I'm looking for people that I can relate to. You know, I'm not going to do any more commenting, but I'm just giving you the idea of going, spending a few minutes every day. That's interesting. I wonder why she spilled baking soda in bed. Now there's an incredibly good example of a perfect post. She doesn't say anything about a product. There's no product picture. There's nothing there. Who knows why she's spilling baking soda on the bed? But you know what? It raises curiosity. I want to know why she's doing that. And I'm not going to click on it right now because we don't have time. It's already 5:40. So I'm going to wrap this part of it up today. And I'm just going to leave it alone. And I think you get the idea. For those of you who have been with me, we have 15, 16 videos out there going through all of these strategies in more detail. For those of you who are new tonight, well, we have 15 or 16 videos out there going through these strategies in more detail. And I will make sure that there's a link available to you that you go look at. Now, before we sign off tonight, we'll do a few other things. Let's look at friend requests. And one of the reasons, we all get friend requests, and I have a lot of unanswered friend requests. I am guilty as charged. But here, you got to go through the friend requests. You really want to comb through them. So here's Tacky Connect. Now, I know a guy named Tacky. That this isn't him. San Francisco, he's got nothing to show. He's got probably one picture up there. And you know what? I could do two things. I could send Facebook a message that this is spam. I usually don't. I just simply delete the request. If a friend request comes into me with no message, no reason, hey, I saw you somewhere, or hey, we both know so-and-so, or something, then I'm not going to accept it. And this is why you don't want to be shooting out friend requests to people. You want to connect with them first, follow them when you can, message them if you're able to, and start a conversation. And then, if it makes sense, only if it makes sense, send them a friend request, ask them permission to send them a friend request. So here's Ophelia. She's a midwife. She lives in Los Angeles. Well, at least she lives in the United States. She updated her profile. Well, let me look. She updated her profile in August. That's interesting. How many posting? I mean, if she's not posting, I got a feeling this is, this doesn't look like she's got 6 of them out there. I mean, what do you think? No, she's fishing. So there you go. So you got to go down the friend requests and you got to sort them out. Now, the other thing you want to do, and believe it or not, this is one of these absolutely incredibly unique days when nobody I know has a birthday. None of my friends have a birthday. So, but let me show you. Here in events, normally if you have friends that have a birthday, they'll be listed right here. You'll find a listing that says somebody has a birthday today, or you'll get a message that says so-and-so has a birthday. You can also check events, and you can find out, you can get your calendar, and the calendar, believe it or not, will show you who's got birthdays. So here's a couple birthdays tomorrow, one yesterday, and here was Fred on Sunday, but there's nobody today. So I actually don't have any birthdays today. But the birthdays give you an absolutely beautiful excuse to pulse your friends at least once a year. So you send them a birthday message, and you always end it with a question. And the question I always ask is, do you have any special plans for your day? What are you going to do today? Are you doing something fun? And most people reply back with a question. So now you have a conversation going with your friends, and you can continue the conversation on. I usually don't keep it up the same day, especially if they tell me they're going out to dinner with their wife or something. I'll let them go. But I may come back tomorrow and say, hey, how was your dinner? Great, glad you had a good time. Hey, listen, are you into organics? Do you know anything about it? Or, it's just, again, opening a conversation with them, and it gives you have a perfect excuse for pulsing every one of your friends a year. So, how many friends do you have? Go be sure you're sending them out their birthday, wishing them a happy birthday. Finally, let's go look at my fan page for a minute. You really, 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 really want to be sure that you are interacting with people who interact with you. Thomas Pulitzer. Here's yesterday's, the different comments. And Sandy's on here, and I sent her a message. So what is he wishing me good luck for? Let me just think. So, well, of course, we all know who. Well, I think we know who Thomas is. Okay, but anyway, the point is, you want to go down and you want to be sure that you comment as much as possible. Do I miss one every now and then? Yes, I do. Am I 100% absolutely perfect with all of this? No. But you want to get down. You want to be sure that you interact with people that give you an excuse to interact with them. So people that like your page, people that comment on your posts, and share your and go to those people's pages, share their posts. Like I said, we have a syndication group running, SHC syndication. Stands for Shouse in the House Coaching Syndication. If you're not familiar with it, contact Chris Shouse. She's on the webinar tonight, and ask her about it. So I'm going to wrap up this part of the presentation for tonight. So with a little bit of luck here, I'm going to minimize the Facebook page without turning off the time or the webinar. Stop screen sharing. So, where's the follow button? Yep. Well, that's because they're being told what to do, Marta, but it's not a good idea. There are really good reasons to not want to do that first. So, why can't I do this on my laptop? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. We can help you find your follow button if you don't have it turned on, Marta. It's in your settings, and we can help you with that. So I'm not going to do it right here. So that's basically a summary. I hope you all got some value out of it tonight. I know some of you have been through all of it before. I hope you got value. If you have any questions, shoot them up in the chat. And we're going to wrap this up for tonight. We're going to wrap up Facebook, and this is going to be like I said, this is going to be sort of a summary of all the things we covered in Facebook, the different strategies, and what you can do with them. And the basic idea here is to use social media socially, to go make friends, connect with people, and not be spamming your links all over the place. That's how you build an audience. It's not by hanging up your links on everybody's wall or posting them, etc. Now, having said that, let me comment. Every network marketing company on the planet, every one of them, without any exception that I'm aware of, will tell you the opposite. Because they want their name out there. That's different. That's different. The company wants to advertise its name. It wants to put the pictures of its products. It wants people to know who they are. But that's not what you want. You want people to know who you are. You want people to come to you for the information. okay? The folks that are in corporate headquarters don't care if anybody comes to you for the information. They want it out there. They want the company name and the company brand. You're not branding the company. You are branding you. I hope that makes sense. So, Attraction Marketing 101. Brand you first. Companies come, companies go. Hopefully you're going to stay around. Now, I'm not predicting anything's going to go wrong. I love this company just as much as you do. And I expect to be here a long time. But my fan page is Lens Healthy Aging. Right? All right, everybody. I don't see any questions. That's all for tonight. Next week, we're going to do a summary of all the Twitter training that we've done. We're going to blast through Status Brew and Social Jukebox. And is Social Jukebox running again for you, Chris? I think it's running for me. We went through a period of time yesterday when Social Jukebox seemed to have been going through an update, and it was down for a little while. But we're gonna go back through just a real quick review next week of all the strategies we're using on Twitter, and that's going to pretty much. But next week, possibly the following week, it's going to wrap up this webinar series. Now, I'm wrapping up this webinar series for two reasons. One is, quite honestly, it's become a little bit repetitive, and that's what I said it was going to be in the beginning. I said we were going to do this every week, over and over and over again, till people got the idea and they understood the strategies. And I think we did. Again, with 25 webinars out there covering the material, I think that we've covered it adequate. Secondly, we are going to launch a new webinar series, and I'm making room for the new series. And I'll just give you a little peek into what the new series is going to be. For those of you who remember Toxic Talk, the new webinar series that Laura and I are going to launch is going to be Healthy Talk. And we're going to approach the problem, this thing from the opposite direction. Rather than talking about what's wrong, we're going to talk about what's right. We're going to talk about healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. We're going to try to, no, we're not going to try. We're going to bring on guest speakers as appropriate to educate us. And I don't know what the name of this new webinar series is going to be. It might just be Healthy Talk. I don't know. We haven't picked the name yet, but we're going to kick it off in about 2 or 3 weeks. So we will wind up at the essential oils webinar. Probably, I think we will. Believe it or not, those little 10-minute segments take a fair amount of time to get ready for every day. And we're going to wrap up Digging for Gold, and we're going to launch the new webinar series probably early February. And so that's it. That's what we're going to do. And that's where I'm headed. So don't forget to tune in to GoGreenGetPaid.com live and check out Laura tonight. She does an awesome job on that webinar. And we'll see you all next week, hopefully. See you tomorrow morning. Oh, by the way, whatever happened this morning on the essential oils that we couldn't launch it, no idea. I had very nice sets of conversations with Jim today. He has no idea either. Something screwed up. We don't know what. But obviously, it's all working again. So we'll be back tomorrow morning with essential oils, and we'll be doing patchouli tomorrow morning. So 8:30 tomorrow morning for essential oils. Thank you for coming, everybody. Have a great night. Bye for now.